Hi, this is Chuck Riley. We're going to show a visit I had with Father Knute Kenlon. Father Knute's 88 years old, and he is the oldest friar in the province of St. Mary. It runs on for a few minutes. We were in his room, and he's an amazing person, and he shares some of his experiences, and I question him on to keep focused. He loves to talk and tell stories. He's a great raconteur. So let's talk to Father Knute. Thank you.
Very, very good.
Well, you know, when you were at St. Joseph's, every morning you used to meet with the coffee club,
Right.
I call it. And we were 5 or 6, sometimes 7 or 8 people. We'd have coffee and you'd tell some stories and we'd have some jokes. And I was talking about that the other day. No one's left.
No one's left.
No one. There's me and Mike Polo, and we're shaky.
Yeah.
So basically, there's no one left. But
Well,
we still talk about you.
But do they bring in even the rolls, or they?
Oh yeah, we have
on
coffee.
Sunday?
We have coffee. Coffee's there. We don't
good.
have rolls or anything anymore.
Oh,
But what year did you come to St. Joseph's?
what year did I come? Well, Michael Conley was the pastor there at that time.
Oh, okay.
So
It was in the 90s, the early 90s.
early 90s.
I
Okay.
think, let me think. Michael Conley.
Yeah.
I retired, no, that was in the 2000-ish,
Yeah.
2001-ish. It was right before 9/11.
Oh yes.
Remember, you
definitely.
were there for 9/11.
Oh yeah. Before
I remember that.
In fact, I went on a Bermuda cruise,
Okay.
and I came back on Sunday to New York, and I said, well, before I go out to Patchogue, I better see my sister and see how she's doing. So I went and saw my sister on Monday.
Right.
And boom, all the roads were blocked, everything.
That's right. And that was in, what, your sister was in New Rochelle, up that way?
My was in Yonkers here.
Right, okay.
Right. So as a result of that, I mean, when I got back, I found out that I was supposed to have the early mail. What? I figured, oh my goodness, this is strange, but it happened to me many times.
Right. Well, you were there for a few years,
I was,
right?
and I enjoyed it very much, yeah. And Billy Williams and I guess I'm trying to think who were the co-pastors or assistant pastors. I think
Was Michael Connolly the pastor?
Michael Conley was the pastor, and Billy Winters was there. I was there, and that brother.
Oh, Jim Mahoney.
Mahoney.
Right. He was the.
And I used to go on out like on Sunday to do the jumble and smoking cigars.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you were famous for your cigars.
Well, yeah.
And the jumble. I remember the jumble now. Yes, every day.
Yeah. I enjoy it. In fact, I would have maybe the earlier masses, and I would have the Spanish mass on Saturday night.
Oh, okay.
So I enjoyed that very much. And usually the people that were giving out food to people, the poor, they were great. I probably gave them humor that was far above what I should have. going to be human.
Uh-huh.
And that was so very important.
Right.
Because I saw a lot of men who were dealing with people as if they had no really interrelationship with them.
Right.
It was all like a business, you know.
You
they
always-
were there and he was there, and nobody. But I enjoyed it. In fact, going over to Brookhaven at least 2 times a week, you know, and signing cards in the trauma room or like that.
Uh-huh.
I was amazed that that was common there, but that nowhere else in my various places that I went to was that done. But I enjoyed them all. I love teaching and I love communication.
Right.
And so you notice when we had our coffee.
That was
we insisted
that
on
was
we
good
get
poetry.
something else
Yes.
besides coffee.
Oh yes.
And so, poor Bill he was the one who was going out and getting this stuff mostly. Yeah, but it was good. We had a good time. I certainly really loved the people there, especially the people who were very, very kind to me and knew me. And some like Franny Ventrisi,
Right.
Franny and Tony. Well,
Yes.
Franny still writes me. Now it seems that Tony's son Raymond
Yes.
has cancer of the brain.
I think something like that. Yes.
Yeah.
She's a wonderful woman.
Well,
We see her at Mass, daily Mass, and
yeah.
my wife sends her best. My wife Hella sends her best. She thinks you are fantastic. Yes.
Yeah. She's still a Yankee fan.
Oh, so a Yankee fan. Don't give up.
Yeah.
She's German. Germans don't give up. They're tenacious, you know.
Oh. I presuppose. I'll raise your hand to Kyle to her because the Yankees are doing well.
Yeah. The Yankees are doing good.
And Boston, which has spent so much money on getting men. You know, they have probably the best relief pitcher, and this guy Sale strikes out at least 10 guys all the time, and this guy Richard that they have, they're paying him a lot of money, and for Portello, and yet they're not winning.
No.
They should be running away.
You can have all the best ingredients, but you got to bake them. You got to have a good cook. You got to get it. You got to get them to work together. You got to blend them in.
That's right.
And it's not working.
That's right.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
And some guys take some cheaper ingredients and put together a good meal.
Yeah.
And it's a shame.
That's very true.
Well,
By the way, I also watch Telecare. Do you watch any of that?
no, I don't.
Oh. Well, these are both programs, but basically Telecare, you know, is New York Archdiocese, is Diocese of Long Island there, and the third diocese, Brooklyn Diocese. You know?
Right.
So the basic way of doing things now, once they're in theology, they all go to Yilkas here.
Right over here.
Yeah.
Right, yes.
Yeah. How many ordinations do you have this year?
Well, there's 2 right now. There's 2 today.
Oh, well, that's for the Capuchin.
Oh, I don't know. I don't keep track of that. I'm a Capuchin.
Oh.
I don't watch those guys. Those are those guys. They wear cufflinks.
Oh, I see.
There's a difference.
Well,
That's the code word, cufflinks.
yeah. Well, I know that Billy Billy Winters loves the Knights of Columbus.
Well, we have a council at St. Joseph's now.
Yeah, and I'm a member.
You remember, yes.
Yeah.
We
Now,
work hard.
Is that growing?
Yes, I'm the lecturer.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. I had Father Michael Greco was up there last year. I had him give a breakfast for us.
Good.
Oh, it was nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And now, is Victor still the assistant pastor?
He's still there, yes. He brings his unique style and his knowledge and his spirituality to everybody. He's well loved.
Well, very nice. Well, I mean, you love Father Tom too. Remember?
Oh, sure. All of the Capuchins brought
Yeah.
something special. They brought their uniqueness. They brought themselves, and that's what's unique, isn't it?
Yes.
You bring yourself, who you are. Take it or leave it. That's who you are, and that's important. That's God shining through, because God is in all of us. The Pope says that, right?
Well, yes. But you know, when you look at the guys like John Mellon, who was pastor there,
Yes.
and
John McHugh was pastor.
was he?
He was the pastor for 6 years, John
Oh.
McHugh, yeah.
And Phil Bowen.
Phil Bowen was there for
Yeah.
quite a while. He was there for 6 years. And
Yep. Yeah.
Bob Phelps was there for quite a while.
Bob Phelps too. I didn't realize
Yes. And he's going to be at, he'll be there next week. Or he'll be at the golf outing. We're going to have a luncheon when some of the friars are coming down for a special luncheon on a Sunday.
Oh boy.
But you're going to be featured in a video of friars who couldn't make it down.
Oh.
And we're going to have Father Knute.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give a little speech first.
Oh, I see.
Right? And I'm going to tell the hubcap story.
Oh yes.
The hubcap story.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the hubcap story.
Oh boy. Well.
And the cigars.
Oh, and the cigars. Yeah.
Smoking the cigars.
Well, that's being human.
They're good for you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I have some cigars here, by the way.
I noticed that. Look at that. Yeah.
They're empty boxes right there, but in the shelf above them.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had a guy that when I was in a apostasy program, he really was discerning whether he would be a priest or not. He was a great personality. I mean, this guy you knew someday would be a provincial or a president of the university.
Right.
And but he had trouble. He had a problem with money. And so he simply stayed until his simple vows were over. And then he became a Franciscan of the New York province.
Yes.
Now, he's been teaching at St. Bonaventure for 3 years. He has his doctorate now. And when he was in apostasy program, for example, he did so much to embellish Brooklyn, St. Michael's, and Raphael was his more or less donor, because got health equipment.
Mm-hmm.
That was one thing, and we opened up a room in the basement because we were not allowed to smoke on the second floor or the first floor. And then he got a beautiful fireplace for us. And again, this was something because, you know, he was a human man and the Capuchins weren't happy because this guy was doing things.
Right, right.
So, the Capuchins did at St. Michael's, at, again at St. John's. They let him stay there until his vows ran out. And they always were very, very kind to him, even though the guardian and the provincial at that time, well, the guardian at St. John's was very kind to him. But the guys in the apostasy program, you know, they weren't as kind as
Yeah.
they should have. Yep. So as a result of all of this, I mean, this guy wrote his thesis and he put in there how much I encouraged him to go on. Because he would come down to the parish, and we were in the parish, you know, and the people there, they were extraordinary, especially one guy. One guy would come, he had the best scotch. He worked for a company that boss had said, I'm going to have Cuban cigars, I'm going to have this and that. So he worked a deal.
Wow.
Where one boat would have the Cuban cigars and they come on out. And they're out in the ocean and then they're exchanging this. But he did everything. Everything. And we would sit down at night because he again would be talking, you know, he was all pepped up about everything. And a lot of people were saying, well, you're too worldly. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question about the Yamaha keyboard. Is that keyboard here?
Yeah.
Are you playing that now?
Well, yeah, I play it, but right now...
It's for your own enjoyment.
Well, yeah, mainly for that, but right now I'm studying German.
You're studying German?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
You don't stop.
Das sind
So Sie wollen Deutsch sprechen.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Jawohl.
So, I'm studying on this easier book here.
Well, that's the thing you could read on there, right?
Well, you see, I'm the type of person that cannot just follow the crowd, or I can't do things that other people might be doing.
Right, right.
But I mean, in this house, the big thing is Tuesday night when they show episodes of Einstein.
Uh-huh.
And most of the guys in this house are not interested in that at all. Only Teddy Crawley and I seem to do it. But, you know, I could see Einstein as, in a sense, a man who I could emulate. I mean, and you know, when you talk about Einstein, you look at things. For example, he's laying in his bed and he's looking at the light shining.
Right.
Now, most of us see the light, but we don't see the rays coming off.
No.
Now, the question is, what is light? Is it what we call a substance that is, in philosophy, something that does exist? Or is it an accident? Something that can exist?
Right, right.
And as a result of this, you know that Einstein was able to say, this.
He uses it all the time.
Oh yeah.
All the
So
time.
he reads in it and
Yes, yes.
and so
And when he does his homilies, or says mass bilingually, he switches back and forth without a pause, without a breath. Especially even when he does his homily, I mean, he'll back and forth. You can see it, how comfortable he is speaking the two languages.
Good.
Which is it's quite a gift.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It is.
Well, you were a gift to St. Joseph's. And that was one of the stops in your journey.
Yeah.
And you left many good memories. And
well, I hope everywhere I was more or less a means to people of encouragement, of kindness, and certainly a sense of love in the service that I perform. As I said from the very beginning. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, Marty. Well,
wrap it up.
he's still talking here, and he still has the camera parted more or less at my face. Okay, fine. Okay.
Should I go meet him downstairs or something?
Now, when we finish here, you ring him on his cell phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
One more. We're getting close.
But I don't think you understand what I said to you in the beginning. I decided to be human.
Right.
And it makes a whole difference in your attitude when you are human towards people. You don't perform a service. You perform an act of kindness. That's the difference. Because this challenge that we all have of growing and making ourselves available to people. Now, some guys never laugh. They don't have humor in their life.
It's
And you know, like you were talking
right.
about one guy, and you say, you know, his spirituality was something, and that's beautiful for him. But the thing is, you know, like in confession, what is your purpose of being there if not to forgive?
That's right.
Forgive. Some people say, well, I can't forgive you because you're doing this and that and so on. But as Pope Francis has pointed out, well, what do we really attain by doing this thing of saying, oh, well, the law. God loves the law.
Right.
Well, you know, God said that the only law that he really followed was the law of love and forgiveness. And you know,
That's
time and
amazing.
time, well, we saw it with Peter, we saw it with
Right.
with all of the apostles. But there he was, you know, he could have said to these guys, "You didn't stay awake when I was suffering like this. You fell asleep." But at the same time, he said that, but he also forgave him.
Right. Right.
So the statement that he was making included forgiveness and love. And being human is so essential to me because I'm not here to denigate, blacken somebody. I'm here to help somebody. Now, everybody says, sure, we're here to help somebody. But there is a difference between a service, as I said, and a real act of kindness.
Right. Right. Well, you taught me something I share with other people.
Good.
You said to me once, Jack, always do the little things and don't tell anybody, just do it.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
And that's so important. And you also, that's something I share with everybody. Do it. And also you said the most important thing that we could do is love our brothers as ourselves.
Right. It
all comes down to that.
My God, too.
That was it.
Yeah.
But you shared that
Love
more than
one
once, and that's so important. And that stayed with me.
Well, that's very good.
And that do the little things means so much.
Well, yeah, it is much. I would say to you, the souls in purgatory cannot help themselves.
Right.
So, if you decide that, well, somebody makes a statement and you say, well, I can give a response, but it will not be within me a loving response. I will not consider this man my brother in that response. But if I am offering this up for the souls in purgatory, then I am completing three very important things. First of all, these people are helpless, and I can help them. Secondly, these people are suffering. Well, my acts towards releasing them from their suffering is again an act of love. And the third one is basically what it will be the result of my actions, my kindness, in getting even one soul out of purgatory.
Amen.
So, what's easier to do? Nothing, no arguments, no fighting, no being suspicious, I won't talk to you again, all that stuff.
Right.
Or just keeping silent and saying, to God,
Keeping silent.
well,
Yeah.
you know what I'm doing this for.
Yeah.
And that's the main reason why I can be a priest that remains happy. Remains happy.